Let me be straight with you. This is a radio commercial for 3 small business insurance. The policy has no fine print. It's clear what's covered. So while you can't see the following scene, just know that this pet store is protected by 3.
Joe, did you leave the snake tank open?
Look, I don't want to point fingers, but yes.
It's biting me! Sorry, sir. I'm calling my lawyer.
They're going to need some help with this mess. Luckily, they have 3. No fine print, just exceptional coverage. 3 is a product of Berkshire Hathaway Direct Insurance Company. 3. No nonsense, just common sense.
Right now, Senator Mark Obenshain is back with us. I appreciate that he's coming back on the air this morning to pick up our conversation about the Inspector General's report related to the parole board here in Virginia. And I don't know if you heard, we had Brian Moran on at 7 o'clock. Senator Obenshain, he said he saw you yesterday at the police officer's funeral, that you all did not have a chance to talk about this, but is there an update on where things stand with this report and the investigation into it?
Yeah, well, first of all, it was a sad day yesterday up in the Shenandoah Valley. We lost a hero in the line of duty, Nick Wenham, a police officer in the town of Stanley. And I was really pleased that Secretary Moran was able to be at that service yesterday. It's quite moving. And but with respect to your question, this continues to be a rapidly evolving story. And I didn't hear Secretary Moran, but I heard John Burkett 30 minutes ago, and John has been like a dog with a bone on this story, as have you. And John makes it clear that there is another shoe to drop, or multiple shoes to drop this week. We heard that lo and behold, I think, as I mentioned, speculated with you earlier in the week, lo and behold, somebody did see that 14-page preview report. Somebody did help the Office of the Inspector General pare it down, remove some of the more inflammatory findings, and that was the Office of the Attorney General. And I think it comes as no surprise, and it is not a coincidence, that yesterday the major political news story was the governor throwing the Attorney General, Mark Herring, under the political bus. It was, maybe it was, as you suggest, part of his redemption tour, but maybe it was, just another Ralph Northam House of Cards move.
Wow.
Like Frank pushing the reporter out in front of the moving train.
The Metro.
He's got a long history of this. I mean, he turned his back on his brother rats at VMI. He has turned his back on the moderate voters who put him into office. Now he's turning his back on the Attorney General, who stepped aside and cleared the way for him. And I think that the governor sees a train coming down the track with this parole board story. It's continuing to grow. The revelations are pretty electric.
Have we heard anything from Mark Herring, the Attorney General himself, or any of the senior members of his staff in public or kind of behind the scenes?
Not a stinking word.
Yeah. Not
one word. He has told reporters, to the best of my knowledge, go talk to the parole board or go talk to the Office of the State Inspector General, which, quite frankly, is pretty disingenuous, or maybe a little illuminating, since both those are his clients. And the story published earlier this week by John and others shows that this hit some of the highest levels in the Attorney General's office. It went to the chief of the major crime section in the Attorney General's office, and it suggests that the Attorney General himself didn't know about it. It stretches credibility.
Yeah. Real quick before we go, just so that we're all clear as we head into the weekend, if you were to articulate quickly, point by point, what you think the scandal is here, what would you say?
Well, number one is there is a cover-up of wrongdoing in the parole board office, and that cannot be tolerated. Number two, we have a parole board that has demonstrated complete detachment from the rules, regulations, policies, procedures, and laws that are supposed to govern their activities, and the determination to turn loose a large number of violent felons without regard to their obligations to communities to make sure that it can be safely done, and without regard to victims. So, those are the two top lines that I see right now.
Yeah.
More to come.
I think that's true, and it's just shocking to me. I keep thinking maybe somebody who's on the parole board now has some family reason to take this attitude in their job. Like there's gonna be some revelation that a member of their family died in prison and was innocent, and this is their revenge on society. It doesn't make any sense. I just can't imagine this mindset in this role when the law is so clear. There's got to be more to this, and that's one reason I keep bringing it up.
Well, think about it, John. I mean, think about it. The people with the six-figure salaries are the political appointees. And remember, I mean, these people get paid $100,000+ a year to be political appointees on the parole board. And the staff in the parole board, they are public safety folks, people who've dedicated their careers to keeping communities safe. They don't have a political agenda. They're just out to protect communities, protect families, and to keep Virginians safe. So,
something's wrong. We got to get to the bottom of it. I appreciate you coming on and talking about it. Maybe we'll chat again next week as we get more details from John Burkett at Channel 6, it seems like. Senator Obenshain, thank you.
You bet. Good to be with you.